You wake up on a Tuesday morning, and before your feet even touch the floor, you open your banking app. You don't even think about it anymore. It's automatic. Almost like your brain is searching for reassurance before the day even begins. But instead of relief, you feel that familiar drop in your stomach. The balance is lower than you expected. Again. So you start scrolling through your transactions trying to figure out what happened. Coffee runs, food delivery, a random Amazon purchase late at night, 2 subscriptions you forgot existed, small purchases that didn't seem important in the moment. Nothing looked dangerous individually, but together, somehow, your paycheck already feels half gone. And now you're mentally calculating how careful you'll need to be for the next 2 weeks. Again. You tell yourself you'll figure it out this weekend. You'll make a budget. You'll finally get organized. You'll stop wasting money. But deep down, you already know what's probably going to happen. The weekend will come. Life will get busy. You'll avoid looking at the numbers because it feels stressful. And then another month disappears exactly like the last one did. Now picture someone living 2 doors down from you. Same income, same economy, same rise in prices. Maybe even the same type of job. But when they check their bank account on Tuesday morning, they don't feel panic. Not because they're rich, not because they inherited money, not because they won the lottery or suddenly doubled their income. The difference is much simpler than that. A few months ago, they sat down for one focused afternoon and built a system for their money. They figured out how much money actually comes in, where it actually goes, which expenses matter, which ones are silently draining them, and what they needed to fix first. That's it. One person operates from confusion, the other operates from clarity. And honestly, that gap changes everything. Because when your money feels unclear, every decision becomes emotional. You swipe your card hoping things will somehow work themselves out later. You avoid opening your banking app because you don't want to feel stressed. You keep telling yourself you'll be better next month. But without a system, next month usually looks exactly like the last one. So in this video, I'm going to walk you through a simple 4-step financial reset process that can completely change the way you manage money. No complicated investing language. No fake get-rich-overnight nonsense. No unrealistic budgeting advice that expects you to stop enjoying life completely. Just a practical system that helps you go from financial confusion to financial clarity. And the best part is, this works whether you make $35,000 a year or $135,000 a year, because financial stress is not always about income. A lot of the time, it's about structure. Step 1 is your financial snapshot. Before you can improve your money situation, you need an honest picture of where you actually stand right now. Most people skip this step because it feels uncomfortable. Looking at your real numbers forces you to stop guessing. And strangely enough, people often prefer vague stress over clear reality. But vague stress keeps you trapped. Clarity changes things. So open your banking app and write down 4 numbers. Your total account balances, your monthly take-home income, your fixed monthly bills, and your minimum debt payments. Not estimates, real numbers. Now here's why this matters so much. Let's say someone earns $3,200 a month after taxes. Their fixed bills, rent, utilities, insurance, groceries, transportation, minimum debt payments, all together total around $2,650 a month. That means they don't actually have $3,200 available to spend freely. They only have around $550 of true flexibility for everything else. Eating out, entertainment, shopping, emergencies, savings, random life expenses. That's the real number controlling their financial life. But most people never calculate it. Instead, they mentally operate as if the full paycheck is available, which creates a dangerous perception gap. And that gap is exactly why people constantly feel like money disappears without explanation. The problem usually isn't one giant financial mistake. It's dozens of small decisions made under the illusion that there's more room than there actually is. Step 2 is the money flow audit. This is where things get uncomfortable, but also where real change starts happening. Go through your last 30 to 60 days of transactions and categorize every expense into 4 groups: essential, flexible, unnecessary, unknown. Essential spending includes things like housing, groceries, utilities, transportation, insurance, minimum debt payments. Flexible spending includes things you enjoy but could reduce if necessary. Restaurants, entertainment, hobbies, shopping subscriptions you actively use. Unnecessary spending is where people usually get surprised. This is the money leaving your account without genuinely improving your life anymore. Unused subscriptions, impulse purchases, convenient spending, forgotten memberships, random online shopping. And then there's the unknown category. Those weird charges you barely recognize. The random transactions you forgot making. The things you look at and immediately think, wait, what even is that? And honestly, this step can feel frustrating at first, because suddenly, the occasional food delivery turns into $250 a month. The small coffee purchases add up shockingly fast. Streaming services quietly drain money every single month. Impulse purchases reveal patterns you didn't notice before. But this process is not about guilt. Guilt doesn't improve finances. Awareness does. You're not trying to shame yourself. You're trying to identify leaks. Because once you can clearly see where your money is escaping, you can finally start controlling it. Most people can recover hundreds of dollars a month just from fixing invisible habits. And here's the important part. Don't try fixing 20 things at once. Just identify your top 3 spending leaks. That's it. Maybe it's food delivery. Maybe it's impulse shopping. Maybe it's subscriptions. Maybe it's convenience spending because you're constantly tired and overwhelmed. Small improvements in just 3 areas can completely change your monthly cash flow. Step 3 is the priority reset. This is where most people accidentally sabotage themselves. They try to aggressively pay debt, build savings, invest, spend normally, and survive emergencies all at the same time. And because their money has no order, nothing gets enough attention to actually improve. Your money needs priorities. The order should look like this: essentials, minimum payments, emergency savings, extra debt payoff or investing. Essentials always come first: housing, food, utilities, transportation, insurance. Stability matters more than looking financially productive. Then come minimum payments, because falling behind creates penalties that make your situation worse. After that comes emergency savings, and this is the part people often underestimate. A small emergency fund may not sound exciting, but it completely changes your financial stability. Because without savings, every unexpected expense becomes a crisis. One car repair, one medical bill, one reduced paycheck, and suddenly you're back on a credit card trying to survive. That's why building even a small buffer matters so much. It creates breathing room, and breathing room changes behavior. When people stop feeling constantly panicked, they start making better financial decisions naturally. Step 4 is the 30-day reset plan. Week 1, get clear on your numbers. Week 2, identify your biggest spending leaks and reduce them. Week 3, automate stability by setting up savings and protecting minimum payments. Week 4, review your progress and continue the habits that actually worked. That's the system, not perfection, not extreme budgeting, not removing every enjoyable thing from your life. The goal is simply to stop operating in financial chaos, because when your money has no structure, stress quietly follows you everywhere. You feel it when you check your bank account. You feel it before buying something simple. You feel it every time an unexpected expense appears. But once you finally organize your money clearly, something shifts. Something surprising happens. The anxiety starts fading. Not because you suddenly became rich overnight, but because your finances stopped feeling invisible and uncontrollable. And honestly, clarity is powerful. When you know your real numbers, your real priorities, and your real plan, money stops feeling like this giant, mysterious force controlling your life. Instead, it becomes something manageable, something measurable, something you can slowly improve month after month. And the truth is, the next 30 days are going to pass whether you change anything or not. The only real question is this: will your next month look exactly like the last one? Or will this finally be the moment you take control of your money instead of constantly wondering where it disappeared to? Take control of your money. Build clarity. Create financial peace. Financial clarity changes everything. One step at a time. Your future starts now.